Now helping in the search for a 5-year-old boy who was swept away by floodwaters in San Luis Obispo County. Kyle Doan has been missing now since Monday. Reporter Kyle Cook spoke to the boy's father today about the efforts underway to try to find his son.
So we haven't found him yet. It's still difficult because we don't have any closure, or we just don't have an end to this part.
It was just another Monday morning for the Doan family. Just before 8 o'clock, Brian Doan got a call that would change everything.
I get the call from some lady, and she puts on my wife, and she's just beside herself and saying, "I can't find Kyle." I'm like, "What? What happened?" And I know that if they could have reached my son, they would have done so. And my wife just happened to be closer to them. And when she was able to reach out to the rope that they were able to have, and the flow, my son was farther down, and they saw him, he was face up, he was floating face up. But they couldn't get to him because the reality is you cannot run along a bank when it's not solid ground and reach to somebody. They got to my wife, and I'm grateful to him for that. But he liked people, he liked to dance, he was very outgoing, active. He had a splinter fracture in his femur last year in preschool because he ran and he tripped and he fell, and he was able to he had to have a rod placed in him at the Children's Hospital in Madera, and he had it in there for over a year, and he was able to adapt. He played soccer this last fall, and we had to get it out. We had to wait until November, and he got it out, and he really, after a couple of weeks, he really wanted to go back to normal. My wife and I were very appreciative of the support that they've gotten here in the San Miguel community, the Paso Robles, and up in King City. It's been very nice. It's been very gratifying. And so we're blown away. It's hard to process.
Well, that man showing such composure amidst such heartbreaking. You really can't imagine. Again, that was Kyle Cook reporting. The vehicle that Kyle and his mother were in was later found upside down and covered in all sorts of mud and debris. As for Kyle, search crews have only found one of his shoes.